Hello and welcome back, Josh, Sam, and anyone else who's watching to You Stay Classy. Oh my God, to Let's Be Aves-ing You, but also England. England. I am the new England manager. They bombed out of the last World Cup, which Paraguay won in the end. At the group stages without a win, and they sacked their boss, and they have now hired me to take over the reins. See what I can do. So, dog is woofing in the background. Sorry. She will continue to do that throughout this video. I have played one game. That was a pre-season friendly against, pre-season friendly, like a kind of middle-of-the-road friendly against Mexico, which we lost 2-1, despite the fact that we were much better than them. I've made some controversial decisions. I've dropped a few players that were all about 33, 34 and old. That's the dog. And so, yeah, it didn't go brilliantly. But we're now going to play Moldova in our first European Championship qualifying group game. And I think we'll probably be all right in this one, regardless of the strangely inept team that I've signed up. So I'll show you the lineup that we have. For some reason, we have a smaller bench, so we'll have to do a little bit of rejigging. So in goal, we're playing with Graham McAleny. Good goalkeeper. Plays for Chelsea, started at Swindon. Don't know why they sold him, but, good decision, I'm sure. And then on the bench, we'll have Bradley Blewett. He's from West Brom, played for a bunch of clubs around the UK. But, yeah, not brilliant, but he'll do fine. Up front, we're going to go with, I think Dean Lawson's going to play. He's great, by the way. Just not very tall. Plays for Arsenal, has played pretty much everywhere, including briefly for San Marino. So, nice signing from me there. Anyway, he's got 25 caps, 11 goals. Ed Pickard's not going to play. I think we're actually going to play Mr. So we've got to pick from. We've got Ronnie James, really good, 115 caps, 74 goals. Played for Chelsea and United. Arguably probably should play, I suppose. Ed Pickard, in the last game I had started him, very much a Wheatland style. He's got 69 grand, nice. Plays for Spurs, having just signed from Forest Green. Started off at Western-super-Mare, who they sold him for 675k. No wonder they are currently in receivership. Then we've also got Sam Graves up top, who I think he'll probably start. He's really good, 170k. Let's get him in. And then you've got Jamie Stenning, who will put on the bench, I think. Good option from the bench. Slightly younger, playing at Leicester, has come through at Leicester and is a good old player. 6 caps, 3 goals. Do you know what? I actually might start him instead of Graves because we want to get a little bit more experience throughout the side. Now, Issa Keshi is a good player who's injured, stubbed his toe in the last game, but a good player there, 68 caps, plays for Arsenal. And yeah, who else have we got? So I think Jamie Wells is the guy we're going to want to bring in here. Centre back, four appearances for England, plays for Arsenal. I think we'll bring him in. Wells comes in alongside him. Katikaridis, Status Katikaridis. A number of he came from Swindon somehow. A number of players over the years who have been Greek or Cypriot and ended up playing for England. They had a very good right back once. Anyway, good player, and I think we'll put Billy Stockton on the bench. We've then got... Excuse me. I need some water. I've got a frog in my throat. We've then got one of the old guard, Nat Curitan. He's our captain, 123 caps, plays for Inter, played 3 separate seasons for Ergotelis in the Super League in Greece. Also played 2 years in Denmark. What a career he's had. But yeah, a good old right back, we'll say, and in both senses of the phrase. We also have Melis Kohli, a developing right back who I wanted to give a chance. He's Gambian, didn't realise that when I signed him up, but I mean, it makes sense. And I think we might give him a chance to have a run out. Chris Rowland, the left back here, very good player, comes from Man City, but he's actually from Bolton originally. And we're playing Ricky Akhazan at left back because, again, I'm trying to give some options for other people. Currently plays for Aberdeen, has 3 caps, including the game that I just played him in. I think we can play him. I think we can be safe with him playing. Didn't play well in the last game, but they were playing a lot harder teams then. Now, in the midfield, the one problem with playing the formation that I like to play is that there are no good wingers in this game. So Philip Curry is a new call-up for me. He's a right midfielder, even though it says he can't play there. He plays for Ipswich Town, newly signed. He's going to play, even though it says he can't, as I say. On the left, we have Coupe, who plays for Swindon. He's the best left midfielder we currently have. I'll do some proper scouting later, but I took over with not that much time to make some changes. I've also called up Andy Moore, who currently plays for Otialul on loan from Napoli. Maybe he'll develop a little bit more into a good player, but so far uncapped and unproven. He has won the Romanian Super Cup though, so there's not very many of his colleagues will be able to say that. In midfield, we're playing Kieran May, good midfielder, not a great midfielder, but a good midfielder, plays for Spurs. Has had some time in Spain, and then David Jeffries on the left side of the central midfield pairing, the defensive one. He's pretty good, plays for Chelsea, came through at Western, somehow just moved to Swindon. Anyway, decent players, and then we have players like Roger Winterton, who is coming through, and I want to try and see if he can be pushed. He came through at Spurs, so yeah, there's a few options here and there, but nothing spectacular. Let's give. Is James Hyde good? Hyde, again, not great. They have key parts of their games, which are... key parts of the squad aren't filled. So he's actually... Yeah, he's already capped, James Hyde. Maybe we'll put Hyde... Maybe we'll put Hyde in there as well. So let's go with that then. It's going to be the classic game against Moldova. We should smash this lot pretty handily. And then after that, we'll talk about our Aves situation, which is reasonable. Now, obviously we should rattle through Moldova. There shouldn't be too much of a problem. Lawson, straight away, it's a good shot. Stenning scores. Is that his first goal for England? It can't be. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're 1-0 up after 42 seconds, which is good. We have a big old group in this qualifying group. I don't see very many challenges here. You'd argue that I guess Russia and Serbia are your two big ones. We've got Luxembourg as well and Iceland, so I think we'll probably be all right. Anyway, there's our first competitive goal for England, scored against Moldova. Couldn't have had an easier start, to be honest. Curitan shoots from long range, goes over. Unlucky son. The dog is now sitting on the bench. On the floor. Coupe, still going, shoots wide, unfortunate. I've got these headphones on, they're not even connected to the microphone. I was on a call prior to this. So, yeah, let's see. Stenning now with the ball. He's going to go past his man, is he? He does, gives it to May, who tries to get it over to Curry, doesn't quite. Oh dear. Moldova looking a bit shaky, and no wonder. I mean, they're playing a mad formation. The previous England boss, by the way, they've got a good side. Oh, it's a good goal from Stenning again. It's 2-0. If we can fill our boots here, we can really help ourselves with goal differences as well. Iceland beating Luxembourg, that's not really a surprise, but Iceland are no good in this. Stenning with a tackle and a finish, lovely stuff. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the previous England boss, his previous squad had, I think, 4 defensive midfielders in it, including the 2 that... No, sorry, not even including one of the ones that I signed up. So... It really is it really was a negative setup previously. They hadn't done very well. They're 17th in the world. We are, like I say, missing key positions, but I didn't do any extra scouting. I just looked in my national pool. Stenning has his hat-trick. So I'm basically working off of the same tools that the old guy had. When I get to the next squad, I'll do a proper flush out of some of those players who are just not... They shouldn't be on our radar, because I'm sure there are players. For example, the young striker who's just signed for... Aves is I think he's in the under-21s in fairness, but they don't have players like him in every position, and there must be. Curry scores with surely his first goal for England. There it is, on his first competitive appearance, I think, as well. So yeah, not bad at all. 4-0. I think we're probably going to get a fair few in this one. What a finish! The goalkeeper on a hiding to nothing there. Poor bloke. Krachun, okay. Jeffries to Pavel. I'm going to pause the recording in between this game and the Aves chat because I want to get some water. Losev to Zahari. Yepfianov. I think Josh had, for his Aves game... Oh no, don't concede to Moldova. Come on. What a ball to the back post. Oh dear. Well, that's his story to tell his family for generations to come. The red-headed Moldovan lad who completely left on his own there. Terrible defending. Yeah, well, there we go. What a first 30 minutes. Come on now. Nice. May gets it. Jeffries is onto the ball. Over to Lawson, out to Curry. Come on. Curitin to Curry. I was going to say Josh had a really good Moldovan midfielder, I think, like a proper world-class one. But they obviously don't come around very often. May to Curitin. Curry. I've always wanted to get like a sensational Kazakh midfielder or something like that. Like a really tricky Uzbek winger. It would be fun. You know, someone from the Solomon Islands who's just incredibly flary. But it never happens. A friend of ours, when we were at university, had was he UAE striker? Hassan Ahmed, who was just unbelievable. But I think he was also half Swedish. So he ended up being Swedish, but he was actually from the UAE. May shoots. It went in. I think Lawson touched it with his head, but anyway, he was offside. Yeah, well, let's see. Anyway, 4-1. It's an acceptable scoreline. They get their one at home. We'll take it. Akhazan. It's nice to watch a game where we actually win fairly easily, because usually I pick the Aves games to be challenging ones, or ones where it's not going to be a foregone conclusion. So I feel like watching games like this are a bit boring. There's no jeopardy here. And so therefore quite a lot of the games that that are on camera for Aves, at least we seem to lose or really labour over. But it's more interesting that way. I think you'll agree. So it's occasionally nice to watch us dominate. They are getting too much of the ball here. Come on now. I actually didn't check because I might be disparaging Moldova and they might be reasonable. I haven't. I'm just assuming that they're not good because they weren't good when the game came out. What can we do here? Let's give Winterton a game. I think we'll also let Sam Graves come in. Try and fill our boots a little bit more. I'd like a goal at least in this half. I thought we were going to get to 10 or something when we were hammering them in the first few minutes. Oh, Akazan is out off the pitch there. Winterton chasing down Pavel, doesn't get there. Oh, come now. Oh, do stop. That same guy again. Let's take a Kazanov. Where is he? Right back. Okay. On comes Collie. Oh, hang on. He's a left back. Stupid. Yes, I know. I did it wrong. Ugh. There you go. Stockton can come on. Play at left back for us. Curry whacks it forward towards Sidorov, who collects easily. I mean, this is not scintillating stuff from England in the second half, it has to be said. Buduhos. Oh no, not 4-2. Okay. Goya, come on now. Get your foot on the ball, please. Thank you. McAleny. Anyway, Winterton out to Stenning. Stenning to May, out to Stockton. Not really sure what to do with it. He's a centre back, not a left back. Winterton up to Coupe. Coupe to Winterton. We really need better wingers, and I think I would say that across the midfield we need better players. We're pretty okay in most other positions, but it's the midfield where we struggle, and you can kind of see that here. When it gets to the strikers, we're pretty good. At the back, we're reasonable with some wobbles. Like we've got a very old left back, for example. Stenning scores his fourth. Lovely stuff. 5-1 over Moldova. Russia are beating Serbia 1-0. So that's a big result for them. Stenning smashes it home, just right through the goalkeeper. Beautiful. Beautiful. Kategoridis. Stockton over to Wells. Curitin. May to Curry. Curry could have slipped somebody in there. Come on. Ketakiridis out to May, to Graves. I've never been a very good international manager. I don't find it that enthralling. I've only previously played as international manager for like really weird countries where it's obviously basically impossible to win anything. So maybe that's partly why. I think I was Peru boss for like 3 games once. Didn't like it. Shock. Stenning, Coupe. I mean, we keep the ball nicely. Okay, anyway, Stenning with the corner. Goes in. Oh, come on. Winterton could have got his first goal. Doesn't. May, good tackle. Over to Sidorov. A Petri dish. Pavel. Come on, they're keeping it away from us. Like, great cross. The Moldova fans are heading for the exit already. Pathetic. Fair weather fans. Graves gets the ball, gives it to Curitan, gives it to Curry. Wells to Winterton. May. Up to Graves. May shoots from long range, but Kratchun doesn't matter. He makes a save anyway. May seems to be sort of integral to everything we do there. May it goes through him a lot. Winterton over to Coupe. Stenning. I mean, May is the central midfielder with the attacking thing, so it makes sense, I suppose. Winterton now to May. Now can he shoot? No. Winterton could. No. Gives it to May. Curry shoots. Curry scores as well. Is that his second goal? Yeah, second goal. So he gets 2 goals on his debut against Moldova. That one, a cracker from distance. Lovely, lovely stuff. Just first time. Doesn't even. What I love about the older engine is that he doesn't sort of lean back or anything. He just turns and swings his leg at it. Yeah, pretty casual. It's your casual 30-yarder. There we go. 6-1 win on our first competitive game as England boss, and I think I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, we were dominant. They had far too many chances. They scored a goal, which I'm not happy about, but we are top of the group. Iceland, Russia, Serbia, they're the teams that we're looking at to try and topple. I'm not sure who our next games are against. Let's just crack off. Did you see that? San Marino won 5-1. But, to be fair, they played Andorra. But nevertheless. Let's look at England's fixtures and just see what we've got coming up. So we have Iceland and Serbia, home and away, and then 2 friendlies afterwards. Well, that's not until October. No, do I remember dates correctly? That is October. We'll come back for the October games. We won't play the 2 friendlies. We'll come back for the October games. I think it might be a bit fun to watch the England progress as we go through. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to pause it now, and then I'll be back to discuss Aves in a sec. Okay, so here we are again. We'll probably be interrupted by Masha coming home from the doctors, but for now we're going to talk about transfers. So we've had a busy summer. Let's have a look as we go here. You can probably hear in the background some beeping. That is my internal chat thing. I'm not at work. Not really. Let's have a look. So not the history. That's not what I want to look at. I want to look at the transfers. Right. So we sold some players, we spent some money and brought in some players. So Tigran King off on a free. He's actually signed now for Real Oviedo. He had a good few years with us on a free. Would have liked to have got some money for him, but frankly, given his value and the fact that he'd run out of his contract was out anyway, I wasn't expecting any. We then sold Remo Tedesco to AC Milan. We signed him for 2.5 million from Man United. Our youth facilities are so poor that there was no chance that he was going to progress, and he wasn't good enough to play for the first team. So I thought, let's just make some money on him. It's happened before in my Football Manager career. He'll probably go on to be amazing and stuff, and will regret it. But he wouldn't reach those heights if he stayed with us. So it's just a smart thing to do. Jan de Jong has left to Sampdoria. A good player, probably would have been good to keep him around, I suppose, but we have better midfielders. He's not the best. He's not great at defending or attacking. He's good physically, creatively, but he's not good at anything else. Like he's at the actual sort of technical side of football, he's not brilliant at. Or actually, if you look, he's actually technically good. It's his mental stats which are poor. So he played well for us. We made a healthy profit on him. So thanks Jan de Jong, but off you go. Speaking of players who disappointed, which I wasn't, but now I am, Marian Herzog has left. We signed him for 3.5, sold him for a loss, but he didn't want to play for us. He was poor, and we signed a better striker, so we got some money back. So off he goes. Thank you for nothing. Alexander Belitko went to Olympic Donetsk on loan for a fee. And Hugo Ramos, our young striker that came through at Aves, actually he's a defensive midfielder, apologies, has somehow signed for Serie A Minnows Cittadella. So fair enough to him, he'll never play for them unless they get relegated. So well done. Now, we then signed some other players, some good players, and 1 or 2 youngsters. So the first one, Marlin Popov, a central defensive midfielder from, where did he come from? Rubin Kazan. He's going to be our secondary defensive midfielder to take over from Juarez, because last year we didn't have a backup defensive midfielder. You see, he's not brilliant. He could be better. He's also just come back from injury, which is why all of his stats are reducing. But yeah, he'll come back when he gets a little bit of time to play. Creative and good physically and defending, that's all you really need, especially for a secondary player in that position. We then sign the cream of the crop, Eric Bailey. I told you that I have an England under-21 player that I signed from Manchester United for 10 million or 9 million pounds. He comes in and he is a god. He's scored 4 in non-competitive games, not yet played for us in the league because of an injury he sustained in our final pre-season game. But yeah, what a player. I mean, physically just unbearably good, sensationally composed, a good finisher. He's going to be hopefully the difference. We then signed Gudmundur Emilsson, right midfielder, who's supposed to come in and sort of challenge on that right side now that we've lost Tigran King, but we still have Kovacs. We can now, or Kovar, I can't remember his name, Kovacs, I think. We can now at least have someone good to sort of come in and compete. He's decent at crossing, he's quick, that's kind of the rub that we want. Then Hansi Hof, the 18-year-old German. I don't think he's going to become very much at all, but I suspect we'll be able to make some money for him, so fair enough. He's also, I think, technically not on a contract. I mean, I know it says he's got £45 a week, but that's just a standard youth contract. I didn't sign him by offering him anything, he just joined. Similarly, we've signed young Danish defensive midfielder Alexander Bentner. He's coming from Brøndby for 1.3 million, again on a pretty basic contract. The aim here is to just sell him for his... he may progress, but we have such poor quality facilities and our board won't improve them because they don't have the money to. The idea is that he will just be used to sell him on for a couple of million in the next couple of years. And then Ivailo Petrov, another Bulgarian, this time a left midfielder, to fill the gap on left midfield that we had. Comes in from Dynamo Bryansk in the Russian Premier Division, and he's a good, if uncreative, left midfielder. He can cross, that's kind of the point. So we now have cover in all the positions that we want. We are now a much more rounded team, and we've got rid of some of the bloated central midfield options. Dog is crying again, so what I think I'm going to do is we're going to now play... Do you mind? We're going to now play what are they called? Santa Clara game. If we look at the Premier League, after 3 games we are 6th. We lost to Academica in the last game, which is annoying, 2-1. But we won our other 2 games fairly comfortably. We've also played in the Europa League and qualified. We beat Trans from Estonia 5-0 on aggregate. And so we end up in this group, Group G, with Leicester, Dnipropetrovsk, and Sparta Prague. These 2 are good. I don't know why Dnipro were 4th seed. I don't know. It's because Ukraine are poor, I guess, in the rankings. That's the dog again. And Sparta Prague are nothing special. So I think we can get out of this group. We played Leicester in a pre-season friendly and we lost 1-0 to them. 2-1 even, in fact. So I think there's the opportunity there to nick a point and get out of this group. So that's good. And that's all we want to do. Just keep getting out into the first, second round of the Europa League, getting some money, getting some reputation boosts whilst we try and win some things at home. Now I'm going to pause again for a bit just to shut the dog up because it's not much fun to listen to her whinging around, and then I'll be back. Okay, I am back. I have changed my shirt and I have just generally been slightly busy, so it's fine. Washing machine, bit of a mess. So here we go then. We'll do the Santa Clara game, then I need to go and fix the washing machine. So we're now going to finally get to see Eric Bailey play. We'll see what we can do. Vasileu's fit. Why is this showing me fitness? Thank you. We have Petrov. I think maybe Petrov can play. Komorias. We'll put Vasileu in instead of Povanov, and I think that'll be good for the side. Let's do it. So let's see what we can do. I've told you all about the new signings, and this is the first time that everyone's going to get to see Bailey play. I'm hoping that he will come in and do what we all expect him to do. He just came back from injury before our last domestic game. I think he could have played in the Estonian game, but he was still on low fitness, so I thought no, let's not. And now he's had the 2 weeks English international break, so he can, hopefully be a little bit more healthy. He's really got all the things that I like to see in terms of the ability to run past like 5 men and then finish instead of like Mendonça does and miss. Emilsson scored his first goal for Iceland in the week. It's a shame that he is playing for Iceland and not for some other country, because we will now have to crush his dreams in our qualifying campaign, but it's okay. Here we go, Bailey. Go on. Velickovic. Bender gets in there. So it's going to be a tough year. Academica, interesting. They've risen to the top, much like we have over the last few seasons. They're obviously a lot behind us in the longer term over the course of seasons, but they've been slowly improving since they got promoted with us a couple of 4 or 5 years back now. We need to see if they are on the ascendancy in proper terms, or if they are just having a little blip. Because some oh my god, it's okay, he's offside. Some of the bigger sides are starting to struggle. Where are they? Guimarães are starting poorly this year. Nacional not doing brilliantly. Braga, and also the one I'm looking for is Benfica, but they're actually at the top there. Okay, so that's a shame. I thought that they were really going to start struggling, but it is what it is. Now then, come on, please, Aves. I don't mind if England do badly. If we do badly as England, because it's not something you can build. There's only a degree to which you can influence it. If the squad are poor, the squad are poor. First ever goal for what's his name? Jarl Vines. Oh, great. And now we get to see his goal. It comes in. He's going to stoop shot. Oh no, it's a great header. Great header. The lad on the line doing absolutely nothing there. Pathetic. It's okay. Komorias. I'm thinking that what's likely to happen is we're going to struggle whilst Bailey and a couple of the new players bed in, and second half of the season we should be on fire, if things go well. That might set us up for a potential cup win if we can finally beat the big side in one of those games, because we often find that that's the end of our cup runs, is once we find someone good to play against. Petrov puts it in and Mendonça equalises. That's what we like to see. That's his second of the season, I think, but it's good. It's what we needed to see here. We need to now get a winner here, and we would go up to then 8 points, would it be? Yeah. Was that a slide tackle? Takes out his man. Not sure how that's been allowed, but we'll take it. Now with the corner, Emilsson. Andreu, Vines clears off the line. He's having a good game for Santa Clara here. Andreu to Bender. Andreu loses out to Flo. We had a lot of interest in our defensive and sort of general midfield area players. Mendonça, weirdly, nobody's interested in him. It's a bit like the chap for San Marino, the Italian, this is the Spanish striker we had, who never seemed to court much interest, and it's the same for Mendonça. He doesn't seem, nobody's particularly bothered about him, which it seems to me to be completely mad. Right, now they are playing poorly, and I'm going to tell them that I don't like it. I'm going to calmly tell them that we're going to win this one. Come on. Goalkeeper's upset because I told him I'd let him leave this summer, but he's so much better than our other goalkeeper that I just refused, and then he asked for a transfer. I said no. So he's upset, but if we continue to play okay, he'll retract his request eventually. They always do. This is an earlier version of the game where a small run of good form can simply turn their minds around. Or even just time. usually just a certain amount of time, and then they just retract their request on a whim. Bailey wins the header. Mendonça through. Mendonça must score, but doesn't. Emilson, the ball falls to him. Tries to cross, but Narcia gets in there too quickly. Let's see. Mr. Andreu throws the ball forwards. Petrov loses out. Loveland. Oh, Vines is on it again. He's a fucking assassin, that guy. He's doing okay, though. The goalkeeper makes a good save. Emilson not playing brilliantly. Kovac is the guy's name, not Kuzic. Kovac. In he comes. I know it's only 47 minutes, but I think we want to just try and push the issue a little here, force the issue. Have a little cup of tea. Oh, it's too hot to drink still. Here comes the corner in towards number 6, but it doesn't get there. Oh, he's going to be offside. Why do they do that every time? It wasn't offside, and they pathetically managed to get rid of it. God damn it. Xanthopoulos, 2 Juarez. I managed to get Xanthopoulos to re-sign a new contract to remove his release fee. He wanted something like £10,000 a week more. I offered him the exact same weekly wage, but a quite large signing on fee, and he was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll take that." So we've got rid of the fairly low release fee for him, and that's good. That secures that position for us for a few years, and it gives us the opportunity to make those changes on our own terms. Kovac through to Bailey. Bailey gets there, and it is a goal. Velickovic absolutely rifled that into the top of the net. Let's enjoy this one, because it shall be fun. Great ball by Kovac. Bailey runs onto it, gets there, has his shot. It was going in, so it should really be a goal for Bailey, but Velickovic, slide tackle into the top corner. Lovely stuff. 2-1. Velickovic forward to Pinto. Pinto with a cross. Vines, another good save. Drawn from Zocli there. Juarez not being brilliant. Let's maybe give Vasileu a game, and I'd also like to play Nuno Reis and let him have some minutes, because he's a good player. Don't want to we need to start using the whole team here. Petrov in towards Andreu. Vines again clears Bender from long range. Bender has started taking a lot more shots from long range. It seems to fall to him newly. It's weird. I don't know. I haven't changed anything, as you know. I never change tactics. But weirdly, recently, he's started to get into position to collect. Oh, Juarez, if he'd put it in towards Bailey there. But yeah, he's started to appear on the edge of the box at corners a lot and wafts them over. But I'm sure one day he will score a stunner. Juarez to Mendonça. Mendonça taken out by Velickovic, who's not having a great second half here. Gets himself a yellow card. Miralube. Mendonça with the free kick. We need to take him off free kicks, because I'm pretty sure Vasileu's better than him. Petrov gets the ball. Terrible touch. Off he goes. Andreu forward towards Bailey. Bailey gets there. Lovely stuff. Out to Petrov. Race forward to Petrov again. Now can he cross? He does. Vasileu puts it down to Juarez. He's surely going to shoot. He gives it to Mendonça. Mendonça tackles and scores. We are 3-1 up, and we're back where we want to be. We're up on 9 points. Obviously, Porto will almost certainly win their game in hand. It's either against someone shit, or the best it can be is against Nacional de Bandeira. Is this going to be oh no, it was just a finish. I was going to say, is this going to be the second slide tackle goal of the game? But no. 77 minutes, we're pretty much done here. Only thing we could really hope for now is maybe a goal from Bailey, just to set him on form. I don't want him to struggle for his first goal, because that always means that go on, there we go, this is surely it. I was going to say, if he finishes that, he's the player, he's the missing link, but he didn't, so he's not, so we'll forever be terrible. But that's the kind of thing that Rosic would have always finished, or way back in the day, Mads Andersen, or even Jose Caballero, the player whose name I forgot a moment ago. Mendonça for the hat-trick. Was that a shot, sir? I do think you're listed as a striker. Terrible. Matsiaridis, great tackle from Juarez. Juarez really good. Good save from Zocli. But I think we need to make an upgrade in that position sooner rather than later. And I mean a proper upgrade, not getting in a second player. The trouble is, it's hard, isn't it? That's why I got the second player in to back him up. Okay, Loveland. Juarez gets there. Mendonça. Good challenges in this game. Mendonça, can he slip through Bailey? Maybe. Mendonça still going himself, hits it just wide. It would have been sensational. It would have been an absolutely sensational goal. 85 minutes. We've still got a chance for Bailey to make an impact on this game. He gets around his man, still going, plays it to Vasileu, but Ney makes a good save. Near problem for Ney. Flow over to Loveland. Oh, come on, how did you not tackle him there? Pangia, great ball. And race, composure of a bloody composed thing. Mendonça to Petrov. Cut inside, come on, man. Inside, thank you, to Juarez. Juarez to Mendonça. Now he can slip in Bailey, maybe. He does. Bailey hits the fucking goalkeeper again. Mendonça's gone down and he's been booked. Well, it's not been a bad game. We did win it. We started off poorly, but the half-time team talk really worked. Bailey did okay. That's all we can say. And I'm sure there'll be more chances for him to do better later. Academic at top of the league there on 10 points. Someone else will knock them off, though. They're not that good. They're really not that good. We were better than them. They just scored, I think, their first 2 chances. And then after that, it was a really, really tough, like a really attritional battle to try and get back into it. We got 1, but... Anyway, so that's the end of that one. I'm not sure when we'll be back. If we might be back for a Aves game before the England games, because I think the England games are in that gap there, Guimarães and Leicester. So I don't think we'll be back for something before then. We might come back for an Aves special, potentially that Leicester away in Sevilla, or possibly we could go Dnipro Nacional or even Sparta Nacional. We'll see. We'll see how the Europa League's going. If we win all 3 of those first games, which we won't be at Leicester. But if we beat those 2, lose to Leicester, then it might be interesting to see us play maybe even all 3 of those as a triple header back in December. So we'll see. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.